I just got my blood work back, and if I look at the numbers, the story is pretty clear. But it missed the most important thing that I want to discuss with you. It tells me exactly how old my body is acting. It flags out the uric acid, it warns me about the calcium level. It tells me that I'm standing or might be standing on the verge of being pre diabetic. Science is very good at measuring the physical decline. It warns you about the metabolism, it warns you about the inflammation, it warns you about the breakdowns. But looking at the report, I realize it missing everything that actually matters to me right now. Because midlife crises have a different way of measuring it. It measure what is happening in my blood, but it is missing out what is happening inside year and year. It did not measure my emotional age. Nobody warns you about the emotional shift. They warn you about the gray hair. They warn you about the receding hairline. They will warn you about the knees that crack when you stand up, but nobody warns you about the emotional shift. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't mean emotional weakness. I don't even mean having a breakdown. To me, it is an emotional reorientation. So, what does that actually means? Emotional aging is a quiet shift, a quiet change. It is when the thing that used to make you angry just don't seem worth the reaction anymore. It is when you stop needing people to clap or appreciate you. It is when noise become annoying. Not because you are weak, but because you are finally getting clear about it. Think about your 20s or your 30s. Back then, emotion felt urgent. Every feeling was a fire alarm. You felt like you have to run out of the building, but in your 40s, emotions stop feeling urgent. They start feeling more informative. They are just like data, which you can analyze and it can point you the pattern. People rarely explain this transition. Actually, most of the people get it wrong. They look at a calm person and think, oh, he has just lost his ambition. Oh, she might just lost her passion. They have become too serious, but they are wrong. It is not your stop caring, it is just that you have become very specific about what you are going to care about. Now, the process of emotional aging hits you in three massive shock. The first one is expensive. I have explained this in this part, and most of the coming part, in part two, I will talk about why it is so expensive. So stay tuned.